And welcome everyone right back to the RLIS Season 6 Finals. It is the Shooting Star Grand Final time. It should be an absolute slobber knocker of an event. I am joined by the man who's commentated on most of RLIS Season 6. That is Jacko. How are you doing today, my friend?
Doing very good. It's great to be back here in the casting booth, and especially great to be back here with you, Morky. It's been a while.
It has been a while indeed. And there we can see the playoff standings and the end of the result standings. Remember as well, you can vote, predict who you think is going to win this one. Will it be the Banshees or will it be the Celtic Tigers? Make sure you do vote. Use your channel points to predict who you think is going to win this one. The Banshees, of course, Gitsykin, Fastbendered. You know the teams better than I do, Jacko. Maybe I should just throw it over to you and ask you about them. What are these two teams like?
We've got the Banshees. They finished first in league play. We've got Zexel and Fast Bernard, but of course we've got Gitsy today subbing in for Evoke. Gitsy, of course, playing in the Ascending Star level, but many could argue that he was underleveled and that he is more than capable of playing in this level. So he's subbing in today. And we've got the Celtic Tigers. We've got Jamingo, we've got Pathological, and we've got Sam PF. And you look at the league play standings. The Banshees finished first, the Celtic Tigers finished second, but they both had a great 12-3 win-loss ratio. So you can arguably say that both teams here deserve to be in the final. But of course, the Banshees, without Evoke, a crucial member of this team, working their way into the final here. But Gitsy, I've played alongside Gitsy, I've played against Gitsy, a really strong player in his own right, so he could fit into this team really well, Morky.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be really important to see how that chemistry works between them, Zetzel and Fastbender, because, of course, the whole thing about this is that you have that chemistry and going into these playoffs. That chemistry is so important, especially in a draft system. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how it's going to work when in the draft system it's not the same way. When without that chemistry right there, it's going to be interesting to see exactly how it's going to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the whole thing is about working together, and the whole thing about RLIS is you've got threes, you've got twos, you've got ones. So we just see where each team shines. And of course, Gitsy's going to be slotting into some of those slots where Evoke would normally be playing. So it's going to be interesting how his dynamic plays alongside those. Playing with some people that he probably might not have played alongside before in terms of RLS, maybe in twos. So it's going to be interesting to see how he fits in. But the Celtic Tigers and the Banshees, we're all getting into the lobby here, Morky, and it's shaping up to be a great series.
It really, really is. We are very, very excited for remember how this works. We go threes, twos, ones. Game 4 then. The loser of the series currently will decide whether it's ones or twos. Game 5 is threes. Game 6 is then the reverse of Game 4, either ones or twos, depending on what was picked in Game 4. And then if we need to go to Game 7, it is a 3v3. So very, very curious indeed. We're ready to go, ready to get the players into the lobby to get this one all started out. Game 1, of course, is 3v3. Who do you think's got the edge in this one?
Gotta say, it might be the Celtic Tigers here, but I'm not too sure how Gitsy's going to fit into his team. Might fit in really well, but all's going to be revealed.
Well, indeed, and the kickoff is underway here. Big kickoff win by Zexel right into the half already. Jamingo having to clear that one off the line and having to bring this ball forward now. Zexel there again, getting in the way of that one nicely. Trying to bring this one across. Glitzy pushing up a bit high, trying to follow that one in, trying to apply the pressure, squeeze as much temperature and mistakes out of his opponents as possible. Zexel's up again, clearing this one into the corner. Gets bumped though on the way through. Fast try to get up here, but a good start here for the team in blue. Playing very well the Banshees early on.
Yeah, they're fitting in nicely together. Gitsy's a previous winner, of course, of RLIS, as we see Jamingo here. Quite the mechanical player here, and of course in the Coral League, really mechanical player here. Already putting his first shot on the board here. Zexel, of course, with a shot as well, but so far so good so far for the Banshees, but Celtic Tigers as well, doing well.
Celtic Tigers, of course, looking to improve on their standing and give their manager and their GM something to cheer for going into that superstar final, which of course they are also involved in. So very interesting to see here. Could be a big momentum swing for the Banshees. Of course, it's all about securing that, trying to get that GM of the Role of the Year award for their manager. That is the big goal. Who do you think is going to get that, by the way, the GM of the season? Who do you think is in the seat so far for that?
I think it's really interesting when you look at all the different tiers, I suppose, but I think, the Celtic Tigers are looking really clean here, and just as I say that here, Jamingo, of course, for the Celtic Tigers here, hitting in the first shot. Now, we've seen a lot of demos so far, me and Morky, we always talk about the physical plays. Gitsy is quite a demo-heavy player here, so we're going to be looking forward to seeing some of that, but Path and Jamingo link up here to get the first goal on the board for the Celtic Tigers, and it's a good start for them.
Well, of course, This is a shooting star, but we see All-Star in the background playing over Chewingo as he scores that one. Pathological trying to get that one through, unable to do so as Gitsy King gets in the way of that one fast now. Having to try and pull a fast one on Jamingo, but unable to do so. Jamingo shadowing very well there. Zexel getting up here, can't quite manage to get the ball by. As Gitsy in the corner. Pathological clearing this ball out now, looking to work, looking to find a pass infield, but missing the ball, and Jamingo having to come across and get to that one. Not the best clear, right at one of the players for the Celtic Tigers, and almost another opportunity to score a second goal, Jacko.
Yeah, I mean, the Celtic Tigers are often quite dominant so far. All 3 shots in terms of their team has come from Jamingo. Of course, the only goal scorer here. Still only 1 shot here from the Banshees. 2 saves to them, though. Seem to be a bit more defensive so far. But we know Jamingo, we know Pat's quite mechanical players. So just as I say that here, close miss there by Sam PF. The Celtic Tigers definitely bring the offense. Not much to see from that side in the Banshees.
It was interesting to see as well, Jamingo against Gitsy, both players getting up at the same time, but Jamingo just a little bit faster to that ball. Could that be a factor in this series? The fact that Gitsy has not played at this level for most of the season, so he mightn't be up to that speed yet that all the other players are.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Gitsy King, known player, previous winner, and as you said, he's been playing at a tier below this, so this might be a complete different speed to what it's used to, but it could be a higher rank than some of these players. You never know how the way some of these tiers work. But so far here, the Celtic Tigers are looking quite strong, adding another shot to their already 3 tally here, but we're seeing a little here, and a beautiful shot there by Sam PF into that top left corner. I was just saying that the Banshees have such little offense here, but the Celtic Tigers are not backing away here. What a shot, and the backflip from Zexel. Not going to be happy with that one here as the Celtic Tigers increase their lead to 2 goals here.
Yeah, of course, threes, a very important component of these tournaments, but it really is about those 2s and 1s. See exactly how those big swing matches do go in this series. You can win all the 3s you want, but if you can't win the 2s or 1s, you're in a lot of trouble in these kind of tournaments, in this kind of system. That's very, very unique and a very, very complimentary one to showcase all the skills of all the players on these teams. Fast now, bring this one across. Zexel looking for a double tap, but good backboard defense there by Sam, who clears this one only as far as Glitzy. Glitzy now trying to get through the first line of defense and able to manage it. Ball on target here, but well clear by Pathological. Always in control of that one. Pathological gets it by another player, but it's well stopped before it gets to the box by Glitzy. Here comes Glitzy now looking for a shot. Oh! Sam just gets the slightest touch onto the post to make sure that one won't go in. Nice play, and minute left here, and right now, oh, big error, big team bump. Right now it's looking very, very strong here for the Celtic Warriors.
Yeah, the Celtic Tigers here are doing very, very well for themselves, and especially as you said here, when it comes to the RLIS format, after the trees are done, it's not a best of 5, it's not a best of 7 in terms of trees. Once the first game of the trees is done, you move on to the next game out here, and the Celtic Tigers showing their dominance here in terms of the 3v3. Could be different in the 2v2 and the 1v1, but so far here in terms of the 3v3 standards, Celtic Tigers looking that much better.
Yeah, definitely looking very good in 3s, and of course that means that if it goes to a game 7, you gotta favour the Celtic Tigers just to have that little bit of an edge. Of course, still one more game of 3s to go before that potentially, and potentially we might even see the second game of 3s because it might all be over by then, but hopefully it's not. Jamingo having to go back here off the backboard. One for the road, perhaps. No, Jamingo under a save. Everybody missing the ball. The ball is still being missed by everyone, and the ball finally hits the ground, and it's 1-0 in the series to the Celtic Tigers.
Yeah, very impressive here by the Celtic Tigers, and when it comes to any series, 3s, 2s or 1s or RLIS format, getting that first game, it's a huge confidence booster, and they seem to be playing really well together here. Gitsy top the leaderboard for his team, good to see him. That'll probably give him some confidence going into the further games, and of course, if you mentioned, if we do get to that next 3v3, it could be a different scenario for them, but well played by the Celtic Tigers. Pathological, Jamingo and Sam PF here taking the first win in this series, but they linked up really well, Morky. I know Jamingo and Sam are both involved in other organizations and they link up really well together, but Pathological has really become a great name here recently in terms of 6-mans and things like that, so it's a great win here by the Celtic Tigers. And now we'll move on to the next one. It is the 2v2, and as you already see here, we can see Gitsy is replacing Evoke, so it's going to be the 2v2. It's going to be on the Banshee side. We've got Fast and Gitsy are playing against Jamingo and Jamingo and Pathological. Sam just disconnected, but we should be moving on to the 2v2 here, Murky, and it's going to be a fresh, hopefully, reset for the Banshees mindset.
Yeah, the Banshees here are going to have to win this game. They don't want to be in a position where they're facing off potentially against Jamingo in ones, which would be a very, very scary prospect indeed to, be potentially facing the first of 4 match points. You don't want to be in that scenario being 3-0 down. Of course, still plenty of Rocket League to play, and it's a big, big game here, you feel, for the Banshees. They got to win this one. You feel just to give themselves that bit of confidence, give themselves a real big chance of winning this series. We've seen so far the teams who win the first 2 series usually are in a good position in these kind of tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, it's important now that the Banshees don't get a mental reset, get into the game here, trying to forget about the 3v2 that just happened. It's especially important for Gitzy here. He's playing alongside Fast. I'm not too sure if they've played alongside together before, but this is a new dynamic for them. So they gotta make sure that they work together, make sure they get their call-outs, because, having not previously played together, things might be a bit all over the place. But it's a perfect chance for Path and Jamingo here to continue with the good streak from the trees and possibly take a win here. But so far, just a bit of feel in that process.
Yeah, first 40 seconds or so, both teams just feeling each other out, having some opportunities, grabbing boosts, grabbing ball, trying their best to set up an opportunity, trying to stretch the defensive strategies of their opponents and trying to really punch them in the mouth, but so far it hasn't really done much. Opportunity flip reset by Jamingo. What a save from Glitzy King on the line. Absolutely beautiful play there, having to really stand tall to get to that one. The ball cleared out now all the way into the other half. Pathological does gather it into the corner, grabs that boost as well. Gonna actually turn off of this, gonna go back on defense, makes a save. Probably a good decision ultimately. Now looking for the long range effort. That one's just gonna be in. Defense pushing up too much, and that allows Pathological to gather the ball here and put it straight in the back of the net.
There you go, the first goal here, it goes to the Celtic Tigers. A great job for them catching out Fast and Gitzy, who just pushed out that bit too far. TV2, completely different game mode. You gotta make sure you don't leave, especially both of you, don't push up too much here. And this has been capitalized there by Pathological. Put themselves up here, and there's still plenty of the game left to go here, Morky, but it's a good goal here to start for the Celtic Tigers.
It's a fantastic start for them indeed. Well, Pathological is waiting. Jamingo gets a big, big demo, and it's something we've seen a good bit. 1v1 now, and Fast smartly pushing this one into the corner. Grabs the boost as well. What can you do with the ball from here? Not really able to do that much so far. Oh, well, Jamingo's just going to leave that one because Pathological from downtown makes it 2-0.
There we go, Morky. It is 2-0 here. Pathological there. Jamingo was looking like he was about to touch it. Seems to fake out Gitzy, but as you said, all the way from downtown, no touch there for Jamingo. Gitzy King watches that one go in there. Not going to be too happy with that one here, but Pathological, great game here for him so far. Only barely 2 minutes gone, almost up to 500 points on the scoreboard, and just hits it, just as I was saying that here. Playing really well here in this 2v2, adding 2 to his tally.
Yeah, 2 goals, 2 saves. Playing a good game so far. His fastest shot just off the post and away. Nice effort, really could have got themselves right back into this one. Of course, 2v2, so much more space in the pitch, so much more about how you space your teammate, how you really factor in, find those opportunities, carve open your opponent's defense. And right now, it seems like the defense of the Celtic Tigers looks very, very strong indeed. They're backing off the right time, giving a bit of space, shadowing nicely, and really applying the pressure defensively on this offense of the blue team.
Yeah, the Celtic Tigers 3v3 play is really reflecting here. It's the exact same, they're so offensive, and Gitzy here gets his first goal in, and that's his first goal, of course, in Shooting Star so far for this tier here, and a good goal by him here. Just takes his time, Fast is in the middle, that's the thing when it comes to 2v2. Pass might have been thinking there was a pass there, but Gitzy goes himself, goes solo, gets his first goal on the board. It's going to be a bit more confidence back for the Banshees here as we reach exactly the halfway point here. Only 1 goal splits them.
Yeah, I wonder was he concerned at 45, perhaps a 45 flick. So that one would have headed towards the top corner, and that's where it seemed he's looking for the save and didn't quite connect with. But Gitzy here looking for the air dribble bump. Didn't quite manage to get it, but nice effort. Does get a bump on Jamingo on the way out. Pathological here though, in control of the ball. Very nice air dribble. Lovely control here. Glitzy comes across, gets the save, but a bit of a double commit. And that's going to keep the offense applied here for the Celtic Tigers at the moment. Celtic Tigers, sorry, at the moment. Fast. Long range clear. That one might just be in. Opportunity equalize it, and Gitzy puts it in. It's 2-2. We're all tied up.
There we go, Morky. Just as things turn back around here. Unlucky touch there by Jamingo. Hope they would rule up the side, and doesn't. Whoops in the chat, but there we go. Gitzy getting a second goal on the board. 5 shots for him, playing a really good 2v2 series, and levels up the play here. Things are looking good for the Banshees at the moment.
Absolutely, they're on a comeback, they're on a tear, and this could be the momentum swing I was talking about. You know, these kind of series can turn on a knife edge. They can turn so fast, the tide can just completely change from one direction to the other, and we're seeing that here. The Banshees now in the ascendancy, really starting here to try and find some way back into this series, find a way back into this game, and put themselves in a good position headed in to the 1v1 component coming up next. Flick over, Jamingo looking for a double tap, can't get it. Pathological has drifted away from it now, will have the shot as fast, doesn't follow fast, gets caught out with a shot, it's a bit slower than he thought it was going to be. Ball cleared away, Gitsy looking to find fast with a pass, unable to do so, unfortunately. And Gitsy continues the attack on Pathological though, with the intercept in the backfield. Try to get this one by fast, it might just drop in, it does just drop in, 3-2. And the Celtic Tigers are back in the lead.
That was heartbreaking for Fast. Just the ball pops up and Jamingo would have been there to finish it had it popped out anyway other than into the centre of the field. And there you go. Celtic Tigers, two goals up, back all level, and finally get their goal back here to put themselves back in the driving seat here. It was unlucky there for Fast on the defence, but here we go, Morky. 45 seconds left. It's time for the Banshees to step up what they have done.
It really is time for them to find another goal here, find that little bit of reserve they need now. It's a 2v1 scenario. The pass over to Fast, surely puts it in, 3-3. Beautiful counter-attacking Rocket League.
What a play by Gitsy King. What a play there. Fakes out, Pathological pass in the middle there. Great piece of play. We saw Gitsy following up to go for the demo. Didn't make contact. Not needed. What a play there by the Banshees. An excellent display, and Gitsy's going to be delighted with him on that one.
Yeah, Gitsy here really stepping up now in game one. Looked perhaps a little bit out of his depth, a little bit slower than his opposition players, but he's putting on a real show, a real clinic in the second half of this 2v2 match, which is incredible to see. Fast in the corner, wins a 50. Just waiting for Jamingo to come up, trying to win another one. Oh, Gitsy there in an awkward position. So's Fast, and they can only clear it as far as Pathological, who's been the real danger man so far in this 2 game. Can't quite find the target that time. Fast clear this ball up, and here's an opportunity perhaps now for Gitsy. Gitsy, will this ball be dropped out? We'll see overtime for the first time tonight. The first time in this series. Here we go. Next goal wins it. Will it be 1-1 in the series, or will it be 2-0 to the Celtic Tigers?
What a deserved overtime here, and it could be here for the Banshees. Good defence here by Jamingo. A very well level played here, and a big demo by Pathological that might be open for Jamingo. And it is. There we go. The Celtic Tigers get it in, secure the goal, and what a piece of play there. Pathological going straight into the middle of the field. The big demo on Gitsy King, and there you go. The Celtic Tigers, it was a well-earned overtime. Both teams playing really, really well, but all credit to the Celtic Tigers. A huge demo and a fantastic play. And here we are now, Morky. The Banshees were looking good, especially Gitsy was looking good in that 2v2, but now they're in a position where they are now 2-0 down in series, going on to the 1v1. But very impressive by the Celtic Tigers to win that in overtime.
Yeah, very, very impressive indeed, and a very, very nice demo play in the middle of the park. It was absolutely perfect from the Celtic Tigers to set up Jamingo with an opportunity who will be up against Zexel. The 1v1's coming up next, so that's going to be very, very interesting to see how that one goes. We were talking about beforehand how good Jamingo is at ones. Be interested to see how he fares up against Zexel. We have to try and win this game to keep his team in it, because he doesn't want to be facing match point with 4 games left in the series.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jamingo, you know, when you're down 2 already and you're going to a 1v1 against Jamingo, and everybody knows how mechanical and how good this player is in the 1v1 scene. So a lot is riding here on Zexel's back, on his team's back. Has been having a great series so far. Just unfortunate for the Banshees, but here we go now. It's good for Zexel here. If Zexel can get this win over Jamingo, that'll be a huge confidence booster. But with Jamingo's caliber, you almost expect him to be doing quite well here in this 1v1 series. But at the first kickoff goals here, Morky, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, the tip-off underway, and here we go. Jamingo now looking for that flick attempt. Zexel, though, gets a good save on it. Perhaps wasn't placed as hard or as finessed as Jamingo would have wanted it, but it's still a good save, and Zexel then gives it all away here. Jamingo shadowing very nicely indeed. Bring the ball up now on top of his car, looking for looking for a kind of scuffed musty. Never really got a hold of it at all. Couldn't manage to do so. Ball down, Jamingo up the field. Bring it with him, looking to flick this one by. Will flick it by. Will get the first goal of the game. 1-0.
Yeah, cool, calm, and collective from Jamingo. Just waits his time, catches Zexel out, and it's a great flick over his head. Zexel just that little bit too slow to react. That's the thing with Jamingo, so mechanical, so good at dribbling. Zexel needs to start shutting them down, and hopefully Zexel will be able to predict what he's going to do, as the 1v1 goes out here. But it was a great goal by Jamingo, puts himself 1-0 up.
Yeah, put himself in a good position. Oh, Zexel missing the ball there, a bit of a whiff, and that's going to allow Jamingo to make it 2-0 almost instantly. And you hate to see it in ones, but you make a slight mistake like that and you're in big, big trouble.
Yeah, there you go, Morky. There's not much to say about that other than a huge miss by Zexel and nothing but net there for Jamingo. Hits it straight in, and you got to make sure you don't make those errors. Don't go for something you don't have enough boost. It's all the basic ones mechanics here, but so far, not a great start for Zexel, but hopefully he'll be able to recover some confidence.
Tried today, kick off there. It didn't quite go the way he wanted it. Jamingo instead taking not only the ball, but the boost in the corner, which absolutely huge in 1v1 to have that boost management. Ball knocked down. Jamingo turning on it nicely. Looking to put the shot on here. Will do so, and Zexel will make the save. Jamingo not perhaps putting the power in the shots that he wants, but he's just grabbing all the boost and they're going back towards his own net. Zexel following up. Zexel getting a bit greedy, going for the boost here. Not challenging, but challenges there. Very nicely done indeed. But right now, Jamingo just looks like he's toying with Zexel a little bit.
Yeah, Jamingo here is playing so collective. He's playing so calm. When he doesn't get a shot off, this could be a contract for Zexel here. Hits into the corner, but Jamingo's getting boost. If he misses a shot, he's already in Zexel's corner, knowing where he's going to go, taking his boost. So he just has repeated offense, and that's going to toy with Zexel. It's got to get into his head here, and it was a good touch there by Zexel. That's what he needs to. He needs to commit. When he sees Jamingo going for those flicks or those kind of air dribble attempts or something like that here. So far so good here for Zexel. Has definitely improved on the defense here. It's a miss by Jamingo, and Zexel here could get a shot off. Big touch there by Jamingo, but so far Jamingo controlling the pace quite nicely, but Zexel has definitely improved since the first 2 goals.
Jamingo having a Brazil of shots to his opponent, 7-1, as looking for his 8th shot, will get it, and well, just a plethora of opportunities so far for Jamingo. Not so many for Zexel's really had to work hard for anything he's got. Well, Jamingo looking there to force a 50, and Zexel very smartly reading it, gets in the way of it very nicely, just puts his car right into the ball so it bumps up rather than down. Realizing the exact Jamingo was trying to do. Very, very smart. Heads up Rocket League. Jamingo, though, still in control of this ball, still in control of this game. And what's it going to take from Zexel to get that control away from Jamingo?
It's a challenge, I think. I suppose I'm not the most amazing 1v1 player, but I suppose when it comes to Jamingo, you can see him controlling the pace. You got to make sure you catch him out. I think with Jamingo here, he seems to be doing a lot of missed. What a beautiful goal there by Jamingo. But Jamingo, when it comes to some of the shots, as you said, he's not getting a lot of power behind him. But that doesn't really matter when Jamingo is pulling off beautiful shots like this, hitting it over, and a beautiful read there off the lower crossbar. It just appears that Jamingo, is that much better. But when it comes to 1v1, sometimes they can be an incredible upset here. I think Zexel is just finding it hard to read Jamingo right now, and just as we see that here, another one just strolls straight in there for the Celtic Tigers. We always said it from the start, Morky, when it came to this kind of series, the late kickoff here works for Jamingo. You don't really face off against Jamingo in the 1v1, and here you can see why he's just so good at 1v1s here. But as the clock hits 2 minutes and 4 seconds left here, still plenty of time for Zexel, but Jamingo controlling it quite well.
Yeah, Zexel this time goes for the late kickoff, taking a leaf out of his opponent's book, but oh well, I thought it was going to hit the post and come out, but Zexel gets his score on the board with a nice late kickoff there, then just waits for it, hits the post, and in the back of the net it goes.
There you go. Almost missing. Would not have been good for Zexel's confidence if he hadn't missed that open net, but the late kickoff did work. We'll probably not be able to do that again for another while now, because it will become predictable, but here we have Jamingo now. He's going to be working it up the side wall, and he's just so good out of these plays. Good touch here by Zexel. Zexel's getting a lot of good touches. That's something I've noticed. I suppose in the first open net we saw, and there we go, and there it happens. That's what happens. I mean, when it comes to kind of 1v1s, throwing yourself at the ball, Jamingo is in such a comfortable position, and with 12 shots, he's just having so much offensive dominance, Morky.
Yeah, 5-1 now, a minute and 40 seconds left. Still not over, of course, because ones is a weird game mode. Kickoffs can go your way. They can just bounce into the net, so you get a good few goals very quickly. But Jamingo winning that kickoff and just going to delay the game a little bit here, bleed a bit of time off the clock, try and find another goal, looking for a doomsday perhaps, with Zexel always in good position on that backboard to make sure nothing was going to happen from that. Jamingo, up he goes here. He's got the flip reset now, using it, but never really got under that ball to use it, and Zexel will just put this one in to make it 5-2. And give himself some semblance of hope here. 1:16 left, 3 goals. It's definitely doable.
I think it was quite lucky there for Zexel in that circumstance. He backflipped once again, and we saw that as well in the 3v3. Zexel seems to be backflipping quite more normally than somebody should at this tier, so luckily works out for Zexel here. But, you know, a minute and 15 left. If Zexel plays this well enough, you know, if he catches Jamingo out, he's more than capable of playing in this game. But I can't imagine Jamingo is going to be going for too many more, you know, big plays here. And that's a bump. That's gone back into possession of Jamingo. Jamingo probably be trying to waste a bit of time now. Maybe put some more scores on the board. But we've got a minute left here. It's a lot for Zexel, and the mountain's getting bigger.
It is. The mountain is getting bigger and bigger every step he takes forward. Unfortunately, a step that shows how much of that mountain there is left to climb, and it might be just too much at this stage. 3 goals, 40 seconds or so left to find. Jamingo just seems to be in control. Waste time of the clock here. Happy just to bait in 50s. Happy to bait in challenges. Not allow Zexel any time to get by him or any time to really make an easy one. Is Jamingo looking just to pick him off here at the last second? No, just going to waste more time of the clock. And with 23 seconds left, you got to feel, unless Zexel can score here, which he will with the air dribble bump, makes it 5-3. And there's still hope.
Ooh, beautiful piece of play there by Zexel. Goes for the fake flick into the air dribble bump and knocks Jamingo out of it. That was a beautiful piece of play by Zexel. Maybe if he started incorporating plays as nice as that earlier on, we could have seen different here, but credit to Zexel there. Beautiful piece of play. The fake flick into the air dribble bump. Absolutely incredible. But it seems to be just not enough here for Zexel, and it seems to be dawning now maybe on the Banshees that, you know, they have to pick this next game mode, and if they don't, the Celtic Tigers are going to be the winners of the Shooting Star division.
Be interesting to see exactly what game mode they pick, and that ball just won't go in, and that will do it in game number 3. It's 3-0 the series to the Celtic Tigers. They are in absolute control. Of course, the Banshees will be picking the next game mode. Interesting to see exactly what they'll pick. Will they pick 2s? Will they pick 1s? What would you pick if you were them?
I think when it comes to, you know, the Banshees, you know, it's 2s or 1s for them. So I think they should maybe go back into 2v2s. You know, they played quite well. And of course, it'll probably be different lineouts now, but they played quite well in the 2v2, you know, going to overtime. The Celtic Tigers seemed quite good in the 3s and the 1s here, and they are picking 2s, as we've just seen fast confirmed for us in the chat. So it is going to be the 2v2. And Morky, that was the game mode where the Banshees, you know, did the best. Although losing in overtime, you know, they were 2-0 down, they did come back and it did go to overtime. But I think the 2v2 is the right choice by the Banshees.
It definitely is. It'll be Jamingo and Sam Piet versus Fast and Zexel. So interesting to see exactly this one goes. Of course, the start of the reverse sweep, it has to start somewhere, and it has to start here if you're a Banshees fan. But for the Banshees, just thinking now, right now, just take one game at a time. Don't worry about the series. That will take care of itself. Just think about the games. But here we go. Game number 4. Potentially the last game of this series about to get underway. Who have you got taking this game for?
It's going to be interesting, you know. We've got obviously we've got Gitsy and we've got Path being subbed out, so we've got obviously 2 different linemen. So we still continue to see Jamingo playing, who is really well in that 1v1, and Fast, of course, who was in that OT 2v2. So it's going to be interesting here. I will not be surprised if the Celtic Tigers will be riding on a lot of momentum from their previous wins, but maybe they line up a Fast and Zexel, who have been playing consistently together throughout this whole tier. You know, it could be a good lineup.
It could be indeed. Be interesting to see exactly how it goes for them, but right now, early doors, and it is the Celtic Tigers who are in control, spending a lot of time in the blue half, the Banshees half. Banshees in blue, Celtic Tigers in orange, in case you are wondering. Pass comes across, Zexel makes the block on Jamingo in the midfield and steals the boost as well, very nicely done. But here comes Sam getting this ball up, looking to bounce it off the backboard to his teammate. Just didn't get enough power on it to get it back to him. Zexel continuing on, looking to find a pass here infield. Almost does. Fast looking to fake out one, fakes out one. Now has to pop it over. Jamingo trying to pop it over, but Jamingo says no, gets up, puts his car in the way. Big demo though now, 2v1. Jamingo has to just stay on his line here. Hope that nothing comes forward, and he allows his teammate to recover any damage on the board. And well, right now, a bit of pressure for the Banshees, but no shots to show from it. From them so far. Well, a few shots show from it, sorry, so far, but nothing too special from them.
It seems to be quite level so far. Just before you mentioned that one shot each was separate, but of course now, and that might go in for Fast, and it does. The slow roller, but he will not complain. That goes straight in for him, and here we go now. The Banshees taking control of this game. Hits it under Jamingo. Sam not expecting that. Maybe expecting Jamingo to get a touch on that. He was flying across here. But this is the start that the Banshees need. They need to continue with this momentum. And both sides will look at level. This is time now for the Banshees to continue with the momentum from scoring this goal. And possibly they need to win this game.
Yeah, I believe that is the first time they've led in this series as well so far. So it's been very, very interesting indeed to see how far they've been behind all the series. But finally, when they're in front, what can they do? What can they work with? Can they keep the lead? Can they extend it? Get that 2-goal cushion. That's always so comfortable to have. Zexel flicks this one over nicely. Zexel looking to get there. Off the post from Zexel. What an opportunity to level this one up.
Devastating for Zexel to increase the lead to 2 goals. And, as you're saying, this is the first time going up. To increase that to 2 goals would have been a huge confidence booster. Zexel here now on the ball. Very unlucky for him not to get that here, but Fast, of course, he's back here for this ball. But we're seeing a lot of offense, and which is quite unlike the Celtic Tigers. They have no goals so far, and they are quite a high-scoring team, especially with the likes of Jamingo on your team here. So the Banshees holding off really well. Really unlucky for Zexel not to score here, but the Banshees are doing well. They're holding out, and we're reaching here the halfway point. They need to get some more goals in, but as well they need to defend and make sure they can stop the offense of the Celtic Tigers.
Yeah.
What a goal! What a goal! What a goal by Jamingo. A masterclass, exactly when they need it. That's what I was saying. You need to defend these shots here. What a triple tap. Beautiful there by Jamingo. And there we go. The Celtic Tigers answer back in what beautiful fashion. Jamingo here, the mechanical masterman himself, hits that one in and puts it all level. And Morky, what a shot that was.
Absolute thing of beauty, textbook shot there. But well, Zexel just allowed to carry that ball into the net. Absolutely sensational here to see this happen. You don't see it happening this level too often, but Zexel, oh well, his opponent, I believe it was Sam, just getting caught up on the backboard. Didn't really ever get the read on it, and Zexel just says thank you very much and carries that one into the back of the net.
Yeah, beautiful by Zexel there. He saw Sam on that left wall. No need for him to hit it. No need for him to flick it. All he had to do was even fake attempted. Sam had to dive across at that. So all Zexel had to do was walk that in to the bottom right corner, and just as he did, and a great answer back here by the Banshees. The momentum of this game has stepped up massively since each side have scored, and it's really looking to be a good series here, Morky.
Well, hopefully, but of course, in order for this series to continue, the Banshees must win this game to bring us into another 3v3, which is game 5. But are we going to see it? Still plenty of time on the board. 1 minute and 40 seconds left. As Fast will look to make this lead to 2 goals. Caught nicely by Jamingo, who now using that boost gets the flick on it. And well, Zexel gets a stop into the corner. Fast trying to get there first. Will get there ahead of Sam, but gets bumped on the ball. But will be allowed to continue. Somehow Zexel getting taken out by Jamingo. And well, Fast looking to dunk. Sam never really got on the whole of that one properly at all. And Jamingo, look, Jamingo there, attempting the crazy corner redirected. Never really came off from, but Jacko, it's so tense right now. The Banshees looking for that goal that will extend the lead to 2 and put themselves in a comfortable position. You mean
with Jamingo going for the corner reads, I would not be surprised if he pulled those off. After that goal that he saw, I'm expecting much, much more from Jamingo. It's going to be sad to see if the series does end here, because I just want to see more Jamingo's beautiful goals. The time here is now for the Celtic Tigers to score. The Banshees have been defending really well, and ever since they answered back with that goal by Zexel, they've been defending really well. And Sam here needs to get a goal on the board, or Jamingo here to pull off another masterpiece of his own. But as his clock here now hits 30 seconds remaining, this is all for the Banshees here. They need to win this, and that's a great fake by Fast. Will he get it through? Will he get it through Jamingo? Yes, he will. What a play by Fast. That is going to secure his team, hopefully, in the driving position. And what a fake by him. Great 50. Catches out Jamingo coming from the right side. And the Banshees here, really, really impressive by them. 2-goal cushion. Probably the biggest lead they've had, in this whole series, Morky, and when they need it the most, they get it. 23 seconds left. Can the Banshees hold it out? Let's wait and see.
I'd be just to see if they are able to do so. Zexel into the corner, trying to just keep control of this ball, waste time off the clock right now. That's all they have to do, because the clock is the biggest enemy for the Celtic Tigers. Fast into the corner here again, just trying to waste that time, and that is going to be 2 seconds to go. Zexel happy just to let this one bounce, or will he score? No! They let it bounce. The Banshees take game number 4 and go 3-1 down in the series. So still life left in this Banshees team. No death or rattle as of yet from them, and they're going to keep fighting till the bitter end.
Absolutely, Marky. Fantastic there by the Banshees, and an incredible game by them, especially, for Fast and Zexel. 4 or 5 shots. The Celtic Tigers had 3 shots in total, 2 from Jamingo, and even from that 1v1, we know how much he likes offense. And credit to Jamingo, the one goal he scored was absolutely beautiful, but it was just not enough here. And hopefully this gives the Banshees some confidence, be able to regain from this. And, we're moving on now to the 3v3. And hopefully after that first one, Zexel, Fast, and Gitsy, of course, coming back in now, as well as Pathological. Hopefully the Banshees can figure out what they did wrong in that first 3v3 series and take this one as well and continue on from their great momentum in that 2v2 win.
Yeah, well, the unfortunate thing is they don't have too long to figure out what went wrong in that original 3v3, because they've got 5 minutes between them potentially and losing this grand final. So they don't want that to happen at all. Gitsy and clears this one in Zexel now with a little effort off the top bins, but Sam just gets the slightest touch of it to knock it onto the crossbar and away. Fast just into the corner, looking to find Gitsy. Gitsy though getting beaten to that ball. Mingo getting up faster than Zexel to that one as well, and will knock this one into the Banshees corner. Fast clearing the ball all over the field, only as far as Jamingo. Well, one person you don't want to see on the ball is Jamingo, and Fast with an opportunity that he's wasted, but Zexel puts it in, and the lead is once again the Banshees.
Zexel, what a shot, and you were wondering there, especially with Fast, that big top runner caught, but Zexel, bottom right corner, beautiful shot by him, and he has been stepping up hugely for the Banshees. What a shot by him, what placement, and once again here, they're up, they're level, they're up by 1 goal, something we haven't seen before. First in the 2v2, here we're going down the 3v3, then they continue with this momentum, and we've got Gitsy in here as well, of course, once again, so the Banshees looking good so far, Morky.
Yeah, indeed, but there's going to be the equalizer as Pathological just gets this one by his opponent and pushes in the back of net. Jamingo with the pass, what a goal.
And there we go, of course, the curse. Just as I was saying, the Banshees were looking so strong, but what a play by Jamingo on pass. We saw them link up so much earlier, linking up here once again, and it's a great passing play. It's a great goal by pass, a great read, and here we are, Morky. It's looking close. It's 1-1.
It is indeed 1-1, all tied up again. Zexel looking for a pass there to Gitsy. Gitsy just couldn't quite find it. Shot by Fast, and Zexel follows it in, but can't quite manage to do so. Gitsy back down center here, but only as far as his opponents. Fast though, with a big challenge. That one might just drop in. It does just drop in too. A huge goal for the Banshees.
That's an incredible goal there by Fast. We can see him going for the demo. Not sure if he made contact, but Sam goes flying over the net. No contact with the ball. And there we go. The Banshees go for them. Maybe a bit scuffed. They're not going to complain. There we go. Fast gets his name on the board. Big demo by Gitsy, and the Banshees are coming out swinging.
Yeah, the Banshees here want to take advantage of this as quickly as possible. Don't want to rest in their laurels here. They want to find that cushion goal, which in threes is just so vital. Having a 2-goal lead in threes is just so precious. It's such a nice thing to have. It makes it so much more difficult for your opponents to come back into it. And Pathological levels it up for the second time.
Here we go, Pathological, he's back, and he, sitting up for the 2v2, comes back and is better than ever. Here we go, 2 goals for him here, playing really well again as he did earlier. Equalizing once again, a lot of back and forward action here, Morky, and we're not even at the halfway point. This match is really exciting, but it's up to the Banshees now to continue with their, scoring the goals and, having the Celtic Tigers answer back. But it's up to the Banshees now. They have to win this. They're once again on that lifeline.
Yeah, they are the final life indeed for them. They have to win this game or else it's all over. Well, the ghost hit there, but Sam with the long clear, only as far as Gitsy King, who knocks it into the corner and looking to follow this one up, but Jamingo gets the stop in the backfield. And here comes Fast now, looking for a flip reset perhaps. Gets it, a bit scuffed, not exactly what he wanted to manage on it. Off the backboard, here's the chance for Zexel, denied with the bicycle kick. Couldn't quite get it by. Now looking for the shot, lovely floater in, and Gitsy very smartly gets up and puts this one the other corner.
Here we are, Zexel once again, this time on the passing end of it and gets into that corner. Unbelievable. The link-up play from the Banshees, in that first 3v3 game, we didn't see as much chemistry, as much offense. But the Banshees have turned it completely around here. They're linking up, they're getting passing plays. Every goal has been assisted for the Banshees. Incredible goal. Zexel once again there, involved in that. He's really getting stuck in it, especially Gitsy. 1 goal, 1 assist for each player.
It is, of course, important to remember that the Banshees are facing tournament point, and the next game mode will be 1s and then finally 3s. So, still plenty of Rocket League after you play for the Banshees if they want to win this series, but they're going about it the right way. They're doing the right things right now. They're fighting back hard, and Zexel clears it up. Pathological's not going to get back to this one. 4-2, doubling the lead, getting that sacred 2-goal cushion.
There we go, caught them out, and the Celtic Tigers are just pushed up too much here. It's a completely different game, Morky, to what we saw in that first 3v3. The Celtic Tigers were so dominant, but the Banshees are getting offense, they're defending, and they're assisting each other. And here we go now with Zexel walking that one in due to a defensive error by the Celtic Tigers. The Banshees are a new team, Morky, and they're really looking to stay in this.
They really are, but of course, still time left on the clock here for their opponents, and that's not the best clear in the world, and surely he's going to be in. Pathological missing it though, the hat-trick opportunity gone begging as the ball comes through. Jabingo knocking this one down, but here comes another opportunity, and here they come again. The team in orange just absolutely berating, absolutely pounding this backboard of their opponents, getting demos and bumps as well in on it, trying to find that opportunity, carve out that chance. Oh, well, almost Zexel gets just a long-range clear that flies in, but it's a great save on the line by Pathological. Glitzy trying to get the challenge there at 120 left from the clock here. It is absolutely crazy, hectic, wild. All those superlatives to say how intense this one is.
Yeah, the Celtic Tigers, they're a completely different team right now. And Jamingo, not even a shot on him from the board. And we see them score such beautiful goals here. And Skitsy bullies his way through on that one. There we go. It's a 3-goal lead. And the biggest lead they've had in this whole series. Takes it down low. Sam PF on his right doesn't need him. Hits into the corner. And they 50 their way through into the net. Jamingo has to watch that one go in. And Gitsy here stepping up top of his leaderboard. Maybe by 1 point, but he stepped up, subbed in. And the Banshees, Morky, it's just a new team. It's unbelievable to see how well they've clicked in these last, they've gone down, they win the 2v2, and then the 3v3, they're a completely new team from that first series.
Absolutely, it could be 6-2. It is going to be 6-2. Jamingo not expecting the shot to come on target, but it did. And it's 6-2 now, and the Banshees have taken game number 5.
Morky, I'm almost running out of things to say at this point. There we go, Sam in the right corner going for boots, but Jamingo caught out, and it seems to be a recurring thing, for the Celtic Tigers. They're being caught out, and the Banshees here making it a 6th goal, and that's 3 for Gitsy, up to 600 points here. Jamingo still with no shot. The man himself, no shots for him, but 5 for Pathological, but only 2 goals to the Celtic Tigers' name here. Banshees are defending well, they're attacking well, they're linking up, and boy, Morky, are they playing well?
Yes, they're playing very, very well indeed. You're playing it nicely. 20 seconds left from the clock. Can the Banshees find their goal? There is the one for the road here, one to get the confidence back for the Celtic Tigers, because right now they are feeling probably a little bit on the wrong side of things, on the bad side, in a very, very awkward position. After being so dominant in that first game, 7-2 now. After being so dominant in that first 3 games, they've been absolutely dominated here in the second threes game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's unbelievable here. The Banshees have just connected so well, and it's just uncomparable, the first 3 series. We saw a load of double commits. We saw very little offense, very little goals from them. I can't remember if they did actually score here, but the Banshees in this game, 7 goals. We've got 4 assists, and especially that man, Gitsy King, stepping in for Evoke. And boy, has he stepped up. Looking at the shots there now. 4 for Gitsy, 5 for Zexel, and 2 for Fast. 11 shots and 7 goals. What a performance, Morky, by the Banshees. And the Celtic Tigers are going to be feeling a little rattled now. The 2v2, fair play for the Banshees in that one. And here we go now, Morky, into game 6. It is Gitsy, top of the leaderboard here, going into the 1v1 against Pathological, topping the leaderboard for his team in this 3v3. And of course, a lot riding once again on both of these players. If Path can win this, that's the win for the Tigers. Of course, if Gitsy loses, that is it for the Banshees. But if Gitsy wins, we will be going to Game 7, and boy Morky, will it be earned.
Yeah, absolutely. The reverse sweep here, very much on, and be interested to see exactly how Pathological and Gitsy do fare up here. Pathological will feel that he's got the slight, that slight bit of advantage, having already played against a lot of these players in 1v1s, but can he beat Gitsy? He's not played him so far in this circuit, in this season, so he's a lot to learn, but Pathological and Gitsy are about to get started here for game number 6 of this series. Potentially the last game, potentially the second last game. Be interested to see exactly how it goes. Here we go, kickoff about to get underway. And we are off and running as Pathological wins the kickoff, but Gitsy, the controller, so just knocks it back. It gives Pathological possession, but grabs the boost. And it's okay to give up possession sometimes and once. Just be smart, be defensive. Gitsy here just taking his time, trying to feel out Pathological so far early on. And it's a smart thing to do, just try and feel out your opponent, see what they're doing, see how aggressive they are, especially in ones. How they're going to press you, how they're going to press the ball, what they're going to do exactly, and it can give you a good detailed game plan for later on.
Yeah, when it comes to both these players, I'm not too sure how they are in ones. I know Gitsy, when it comes to 3v3, looking for the slap there into the top left corner. I know Gitsy in his 3v3 likes a lot of demos, so it'll be interesting to see if he incorporates that into his ones, but obviously Gitsy has won, RLIS before, so he's used to these kind of 1v1 situations. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does go up against Pathological, who is, of course, a player to quite a high caliber. But so far here, which is quite unlike a 1v1 game here, there has been no goal yet. And I think whoever does get that first goal, and has a weak shot by Gitsy, and Pathological should counter. And I was unlucky for Gitsy trying to work back there, because, Pathological was flipping, and he clipped him on the left side. And there you go, you see Pathological just pushes him away, and there we go now. It's the first goal for Pathological. It's good for Gitsy now to keep his head in the game. It's been a minute, it's only been one goal. He's more than capable of keeping it in the game.
He absolutely is indeed more than capable of keeping it in the game. Indeed, he'd be hoping to do that. But we continue on, and it's still 1-0 here as Gitsy King will carry up here, bring the ball forward, looking to just expose, just running right the side, cutting in now. Looking for the air. That's the bump on him. Lovely play. You were talking about the physical plays early on, Jacko. This time it's an air dribble bump.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Like it's again, I can't say that I wasn't expecting it, but we saw him we saw him there in the last minute, kind of working a lot of plays on the ground. And the first chance he gets to pop it up, gets a beautiful air dribble bump play, and there we go. Gitsy is on the board. And the thing now, Path is going to be expecting, those air dribble bumps. He's going to be, pre-jumping, but gets to be able to maybe possibly fake those out and all that. So you might have Pathological here in a good mindset. This might be straight in for Path, and it is. Gets a few touches, hits it over Gitsy. Gitsy maybe a bit too far pushed up here, but Pathological answering back so that he can also work on these aerial plays.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see exactly how it's going to work. Pathological perhaps just the more technical player, Gitsy the more physical player, and sometimes those two styles don't match up very well. Sometimes the physical player just absolutely bullies their opponent, other times the mechanics are absolutely perfect, but Gitsy finds the top bins to level this one up at 2-2.
Gitsy's really feeling himself now in this series, and after that 3v3, there we go. What a shot by him. Bangs that in. What a shot by Gitsy. 103 kilometers an hour. And there we go. Answering back. It's a lot of back and forward play. It doesn't seem to be any real dominance so far in this 1v1 series. Could be here now a goal for Path. And it is going to be very close for Gitsy not to recover from that. But it seems to be a lot of back and forward answering. It seems to be Path, Gitsy, Path, Gitsy. So we need to see now if Pathological can possibly extend this to a 2-goal lead, and if you can't do that, maybe run away with it in the end.
Yeah, well, still 3-2, still a kickoff goal. Be interested to see exactly how this next kickoff goes. Gitsy wins it massively, will grab the boost, will be not in possession, but big error there almost for Pathological, almost putting it straight into his opponent's path to put it on target. Gitsy trying to get up here. Pathological though wins that ball, and it's going to be 4-2 now. Gitsy saying nice, we're not happy with himself there, clearly, but it's the way it's gone, unfortunately. Just a slight misread. Pathological gets the read perfect and puts it in the back of the net.
I think that was more a matter of respect, Morky. A beautiful shot there by Path. He fakes going high, and we saw him earlier score an air dribble shot. Here he pops it up and goes low, hits it under Gitsy. And credit to him here, it appears that Gitsy has not gone for the kickoff. appears to work in his favor. Will get that corner boost. Could possibly score from here. Will he go for the Doomsday? Goes for the demo. Good play there by Path. There was a well play there by Path in that goal. And as I said, he has increased it now to a 2-goal lead for the first time in this series. So now it's up to Gitsy to recover, but it's also up to Path to continue with the pressure and keep increasing his lead.
Yeah, well, Gitsy right now looking for those physical plays. Gets one there. Can he follow it in? Oh, the touch is awkward, but the second one's very good indeed. 4-3. And Gitsy now starting to really fall into that physical game style. And how will Pathological deal with that?
Yeah, there you go. It was just Gitsy there with the first touch. It was almost unfortunate. If he had maybe taken another second, Path could have dived across it and got a miraculous save. But here we are now, back again to a 1-goal game here, and if Gitsy can score again here, it'll be the first time he has scored 2 back-to-back goals here in this series, and that might just go in here. Pathological here up on the bar, does clear it well. Gitsy is on the ball, pops it up for himself, goes low, and Path with no boost and hits it off the crossbar. That is devastating for Gitsy, and Pathological would have just watched that one go in, but Gitsy hits it off the crossbar, and Pathological is the one with the goal.
Yeah, it's very, very unfortunate, but you have to be taking your chances. You have to finish them off, and if you don't, that's what can happen. 5-3. Still plenty of time left in this one. 5-3, of course. 2:07 left in the clock. All the time in the world, and that's a big kickoff. Surely that's just straight in. It is indeed. 5-4. Gitsy King here. Delighted winning these kickoffs now at a plum.
Yeah, if he continues to win these kickoffs, you know, and we've seen a lot of 1v1s throughout this RLIS season, you know, kickoffs are so dominant, and it's the first time we've seen Gitsy get a real dominant kickoff in that passenger play. So here we go now, maybe once again going back in the favor of Path. It's good to see that Path can still recover its kickoffs, that Gitsy's not dominated them too much here. Path going for an air dribble play. Good save there by Gitsy. Should get the boost, but we're still once again, Morky, at a 1-goal game, and although Path is increasing it to 2 goals at one point, Gitsy is still keeping himself in this game at all times.
He's keeping himself alive, and of course it is 1, so a 2-goal lead isn't as important as in other of the game modes, the 2s or 3s, because as you can see there, 1 goal and then a kickoff goal can come very quickly in this game mode, so it's never safe really any lead, and Gitsy looking to level this one up. Good save though by Pathological, knocks it into the side and then to the corner. Will carry the ball forward now. Faking out a demo attempt, and Gitsy backs off a little bit, but still shadows well enough. Gitsy here, very back and forth. Both players having opportunities, looking for that bump play again, but Pathological does not fall for it this time. And Pathological's got the boost, he's got the ball, and he's got the goal. 6-4, and we're 1:02 seconds away, and the Banshees' hopes are slipping.
Yeah, and there you go. Gitsy once again going for his signature move, that air dribble bump, but it just does not work out. Gets thrown to the side, and Path is in the perfect position to walk that one home. And we're once again at a 2-goal deficit here. If Gitsy can pull this back with another kickoff goal, fakes the ball up, doesn't get it through. Unlucky for Gitsy. Does have 100 boots here. And Pathological will clear that one, but you know, it's up to Gitsy now to make sure he can keep it in here. But once again throws the ball back to Pathological, and there we go, Morky. The Banshee's hope is slipping, you know, with each goal, and there we go. It was an unfortunate touch by Gitsy. Such little power on it as Pathological once again walks that one in with ease.
Yeah, not very good game managing there by Gitsy. Should have known that Pathological was low on boost, just needed to grab that big boost, let the ball bounce, comes in a good position, and Pathological there, a lovely little touch, and with 38 seconds left, 3 goals, the difference. Could that be it? Could the Celtic Tigers be about to win the Shooting Star Grand Final by 4-2? Well, we're about to find out now. Here's a chance. Zexel's lost connection. I think Zexel thinks it's over. But interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. Pathological bring the ball up the field. If this goes in, it's all over. It is all over. 8-4. That should be it with 17 seconds to go.
And it appears Gitsy's side partner, his split screen player, has also joined in to sadly watch this burn before him. But you know, it's quite well played, you know, by Pat. Gitsy did so well early on to, you know, keep it in there. But there we go. There, Gitsy counterpart leaves the game finally. But you know, I've seen that problem before. But here we are now, and as the clock does wind down, it is celebration time in the camp of the Celtic Tigers. All credit to the Banshees. When things were looking at their worst, when they were 3-0 down, they pulled back the 2s, they pulled back the 3s, But there we go. GG's in the chat from Gitsy. Big commemoration for him for stepping up, probably very late minutes notice, and stepping in for Evoke. So credit to him. And there we go. That is it for the Celtic Tigers. A huge win, Morky. But before, of course, we get the players in for the post-match interview, we got to credit the Banshees, and especially I need to credit Gitsy, who I've played alongside before, who's a fantastic player. And, he stepped up massively in this series. He was keeping it so close in that 1v1 path, just that little bit better in the end. And as you see, the Celtic Tigers players are joining us in now. And at the moment, we have got Sam in with us. So, Sam, congratulations on your win. How does that feel?
Brilliant, yeah. I think we had a really good season up to this point. We started off, I think threes was always the thing we had to figure out throughout the season. I think we did it towards the end. I think this final probably wasn't our best performance, mostly down to me, I think. But the two boys, they carried really well, and fair play to them, passed under that pressure as well to get the ones win, brilliant.
Yeah, it was looking very, very good for you after kind of the first 3 games. You win the threes in a dominant fashion. The twos is very close. The ones, then obviously Domingo absolutely, wipes the floor with his opponent. But then the fight back happens. How are you feeling, after losing that threes game? How are you feeling after that?
Yeah, it's always uncomfortable, I think the threes, we definitely dropped a level from the first game. I think they probably played a little stronger as well, overall. But I wasn't. I think we were in pretty good shape if Game 7 had come. It's kind of a mental reset then if that happens. From 3-0 up, it's just it's an even playing ground again. So, we would have given it a good shot, but thank goodness Path got the job done before that.
I know you said that you don't think that you played too well. Personally, I thought you played very well, and of course, in the end, you did get the win. Looking back now on the season, looking back now, on top of the mountain, you've got the crown. How is it feeling, playing alongside Domingo? Of course, you know him quite well yourself, as well playing alongside Path. How did it feel playing alongside those players? The different matchups and twos and threes. How do you think you fared? Because obviously, it worked out so well enough that you did eventually get to the grand stage and you did win it.
Yeah, I don't think it could have been better. Obviously I know Domingo really well. I didn't know Path before the season, but it's been so much fun, the whole way through. Two big personalities, in Path and Domingo on the field as well. Both very aggressive. So it was just about over the season, I think, honing a play style to where I could maybe play a bit more passive and let them do their thing, which they did really well. And on a personal level, it was a brilliant experience. Two brilliant boys. So couldn't ask for much more.
One big question is, how are the comms at the end? How are you feeling once Pathological had really sealed that one?
Oh yeah, brilliant. It's always great to just get over the line. Even 15 seconds. He's 4 goals up. You're never quite sure until it's actually over. So, yeah, we're just all delighted, I think.
Well, Sam, congratulations, and you can go celebrate now with your team. Thank you so much for joining us for the post-match interview, and congratulations once again on winning the Shooting Star Division.
Thanks a lot, guys.
And there we have it, Morky. That is it. That is the Shooting Star Division. Once again, it's been an absolute privilege to cast alongside you, and it's been a great series.
It really has. It's been absolutely intense. It's been incredible. The Banshees fought back well after going 3-0 down, but ultimately the Celtic Tigers are a bit too strong. Coming up next, though, we have the big one. It's the Superstar Grand Final, €195 prize pool on the line. It will be between the High Kings and the Celtic Tigers, so do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with Rez and Jacko for that.